Hi, this is Jamie Magrich coming to you again from my craft table. I would like to show you how to make this card today. I'm sorry the words are backwards, but I'm going to zoom down and we'll take a look at it, how to make it. Let me first show you what we're going to need. Going to need the embossing buddy so you can get any stickiness or fingerprints off of your paper before you go to emboss it. Tombow multi-liquid glue, Versamark stamp pad, Pacific Point stamp pad, a 2x4 piece of silver foil sheet, 4x5 1/4 piece of Whisper White, just the standard Whisper White, not the heavy one, a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of the heavy Whisper White, scored and folded at 4 1/4. The copper embossing powder, coffee filter, just to make the embossing neater. From the Colorful Seasons bundle, I'm going to be using these 3 snowflake dies. From Merry Christmas to All, from the new holiday catalog, I'm going to use this stamp here, May the Beauty of the Season Fill Your Heart with Joy. And I'm going to use this stamp from the Bokeh Dots. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take the snowflakes, and on the 2x4 sheet of foil sheet, we're going to make the sandwich and run that through our die cutting machine, our Big Shot machine. And for the sake of time, I've already done that. You notice on this one, I didn't take all the little pieces out of it. I kind of liked the look of it when they were in it, so I left them in, and it makes it a little easier to glue it anyways. Okay. Also, since I'm fairly new to Stampin' Up, I do not have their new Stamparatus platform that is used for stamping, but I do have a Misty. So I'm going to use my Misty today. The Stamparatus platform would probably be better for this because I have 2 different stamps mounted on here, and one's clear mount rubber stamp and the other's a photopolymer, so there's a difference in the distance. And with the Stamparatus, they would be on separate doors, so that wouldn't make any difference. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take the 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of Whisper White. I'm going to put it in this bottom corner here. And with the Pacific Point ink pad, I am going to ink up the Bokeh stamp. Go ahead and stamp it. I've positioned it so it's on the left side of this piece of paper. And I'm using my stamp platform because I want to do multiples of this card. You could probably do it with the the plastic blocks, the clear blocks. However, I wanted to make sure my sentiment was straight, and I have a really hard time getting sentiments uniform the first time around. So I wanted to make sure that I used the stamp positioning tool. Now I'm going to push it up into the top corner there. I think you can see it. Yeah. And I want to make sure it's right in the corner, so if I make a mistake, I can move it. And then with a Versamark, I'm going to stamp up the sentiment, and I've placed it so it's like in this section here. Ink it up well. I forgot to use this, so let's use this now. And I'm tapping it because this blue ink might still be damp and I don't want to smear it. Okay, let's That's inked well. Make sure my card is in the corner, so if I need to restamp it, I can. Push it down, and I gotta make sure I get this corner really well, because this holds it up a little bit. Okay, and I'm gonna take it out and look and make sure I got it inked well everywhere. Oh, it looks good. The B's maybe a little bit, but I think it's pretty good. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And we're going to bring in the coffee filter and the copper embossing powder. And we're going to sprinkle the embossing powder over. It's going to stick where the Versamark ink is. And hopefully no place else. Okay, then if there's any little spots that stuck where it shouldn't, I must have a hair on my stamp. I have dogs and there's always dog hair. I'm going to use a little paintbrush to wipe them away. And I'm going to go over to my heat tool and heat it until it gets shiny. For the sake of time, I've already done that. So let's place this aside. I'll bring this one over. This one I forgot to use my embossing buddy on, so there's a few strays. Now I'm going to bring over my snowflakes that we cut previously. And the multi-glue. And we're going to just put little dabs of glue on the back. Little teeny ones, you don't need much. Just on a couple of these spots where it's larger space. This one's going to go down here at this bottom corner. This one that I didn't take the little pieces out of, it's easier to glue because it's all got. It's going to go up here at this corner up here. This little one. It's going to go right in here. We're going to take our card base. Glue it to the front of the card base. There's going to be a little border around it. There you go. And that's our card for today. It's really pretty. It's very simple. You could add some sequins or gems or glitter or anything, or a layer behind this layer. I chose to keep it very simple. Thank you so much for joining me today at my craft table. I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so if you see anything that you would like, please don't hesitate to call me or message me and I will help you to purchase it, or you can go to stampinup.com and put me in as your demonstrator. Where it asks for if you have a demonstrator, just plop my name in there. And thank you so much for joining me today.